GPO can definitely be saved, and it can be saved even though it is actively losing its players and literally falling to irrelevancy, as its competitive Blox Fruits is literally becoming the biggest game on the entirety of Roblox. The site as a whole, it's literally challenging Brookhaven right now for the #1 spot. It's bigger than Adopt Me, and it's challenging Brookhaven. And honestly, GPO can definitely come back to what it was. It will never beat Blox Fruits, unfortunately, because that game is another level. But GPO in itself is can save itself and can come back to what it had before, which is 30k, 20k, if they just do these couple steps. And the steps I'm going to say right now is pretty simple. Okay, they're very, very simple, and all I have to do is focus on the end game. Focus on the end game and fix up the beginning of the game. So those are the two steps I have to take. So let's begin with the beginning. And so the beginning is when you join GPO, right? There's a big problem when you're new to the game, where if you join, it is very, very repetitive. You go to one island, you hit the bandits that are just stand at one place, and you just keep farming them. And not only is that the problem, is the travel times between them. You take 10 minutes to go to a certain island. It's very confusing for new players, and there's no tutorial at all. There's like no guide to tell you where you should be going. Like, you have to be using a guide, otherwise you'd be extending your time to play the game. As let's compare to Blox Fruits, where there's literally, you can see the island and there's probably a guide telling you where to go and like stuff like that, and so people can just follow the arrows or the NPC that tells you where to go, and there's a map right on your first island that shows you every island and which way you're supposed to go. That's the number one difference. The beginning is very easy to understand. This is very important for games, because a lot of new players just test out games. They don't come into the game and just become players. What they do is they test it out. They just test the waters with their feet, and what they do is they check the game. They try to understand it. Is this a game for me or not? Is it too difficult to understand? Is it too much work? They'll spend 10 hours. Is it just check everything before they commit to it. And so when the beginning of GPO being up, just so confusing, because you start off an island and then you're not sure what to do. Should I hit these NPCs with the quest, or should I go to another island? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's no NPC telling them, oh, do this, and then do this, because they have a lack of direction, meaning they will just do something that will extend their grinding time. When if they follow the guide, the grinding might have taken a day to beat. Maybe GPO will take a day to get to max level, 2 days, a week maybe, to get into that grinding mindset. But unfortunately, that does not happen in GPO. And let's not lie and say that most GPO players do not rely on outside information. I feel like everybody who actively plays GPO all use external information to make their decisions in game. Or which way should I grind it first? How should I grind this new update? How should I play this new update? Okay, let me just watch a YouTube video showing me the most efficient way, or the way I'm supposed to do it. Because if they just went into it blindly with no videos, no guides, no wiki, you'd be just confused. You'd be going to one island, you'd be like, where's the next island? I have no idea where the next island is. And you'd be confused, you wouldn't know where to go, and you'd have to use a guide, a YouTube video, or an article, or a wiki, or anything just to find out where to go. And that's the problem with GPO. You need to use outside information, external information, to understand the game. But enough about the beginning. Let's start talking about the end game. So let's say they use the external information. Let's say they use the YouTube videos. Let's say they use the guides, and they now max. Now that they're max, they have no idea what to do. They think, okay, they look up something and say, oh, maybe I should farm drops and dungeons to get a fruit that I really want. Here's the problem. All you can really do when you're max is you can either farm dungeons, which is super tedious, and it's the same thing every time, and it's super boring. And then either that, then you can do PvP, which is just it caters to a specific type of people. Not everybody likes PvPing in GPO. And then there's trading, which you need literally it's all external information. So you have to just be Googling, using YouTube videos, checking Discord, checking all outside applications, just to understand what an item is valued and how to even trade to begin with, and how to trade effectively and how to profit. And so my idea is that if they just added more game modes, like a battle royale like they're adding now, more unique creative dungeons that are not as boring, so you can switch it up once in a while and not just do the same dungeon 50 hours, you know, and get a one legendary, you know, and you can switch it up with a new dungeon, you can switch it up by playing battle royale for a fruit. Just have a lot of options that people can do, so that people don't just do one thing for hours and get tired of it. And that's my solution to the problem of GPO. If you think the solution is weak and it cannot solve the problem, and you think the GPO is destined to die because it's just a trash game, tell me in the comments. And also check out the video I made yesterday where I was talking about similar stuff. I forgot what it was though, but it's on the